for this, watch out for that.
Right.
And I think using your mic in Dota is actually can be a big bane, big issue. And you know, just like Emo, he also uses mic a lot. So yeah, we're going to a game 3, and yeah, we'll be seeing if they can convert on what looks like quite a beautiful draft.
And a lot of tips for this beautiful draft as they head out across the map right at the beginning. Someone beyond, I noticed right there playing on the Doom as, oh no, QX trying to get away. The enchant is out. Does take Thunderstrike though, so no glimpsy. Interesting.
I mean, yeah, a glimpse situation would have probably set up for at least a meld into then a slow, but
He's the old school disruptor player. That's what that tells me.
that's a very polite way of wording it.
What do you mean?
He hasn't evolved.
Oh, okay, I see.
I'm trying to not say bad, but
Okay, all right.
I really just dislike Thunderstrike level 1 now. I think it's only good when you're trying to trade up against like Piranhas and heroes that have high range and don't really have positioning where Glimpse feels good, but that's not really in this game. And
oh no.
from top lane to bot lane, Lou is now actually getting aggressive.
Could skill refraction if he wants, pops it. Oh no.
Oh,
PYW
easy.
able to draw that first blood, not bad at all. And right underneath the ward right now for YBB, they're going to back out of there as Tianmei makes the move over, trying to get some damage there onto Emo, getting some early punish onto this fella.
Yeah, some nice damage, and you already see from the quick buy beyond he. Oh wait, they're doing the play. They're killing the range creep before it even gets to the lane.
Interesting.
Pretty cool.
Okay, neat, like it, love it.
So
And
now this
are they
will...
trialing? No.
No. Don't be too crazy. Hopefully for YBB. So now for them, it's lane should push in. They block the small camp, and now yeah, the lane should stabilize in front of YBB's tower eventually. So yeah, overall, quite a nice start to recover from the fact they did get first blooded on their carry.
I think they did it down bottom too. Well, we'll see how it goes. Emo already taken a bit of a beating. And I'm curious out of this Doom if we end up seeing the continued trend of Meteor Hammer. And it looks like he has it queued up again. So likely, I'll be honest with you, I like Doom Meteor Hammer a hell of a lot more than I like Rookie Meteor Hammer.
That's true. That's true. I mean,
he's not going to fall off in net worth this game either.
It also helps that with Doom, he has pretty good kill threat. And also he uses the hammer to then buy a Midas. And then he just gets insanely fat. So this Doom, unless you somehow kill him a lot in lane and defend your tower to prevent him from just existing, which is nearly hard. Like, sure, you have this Tree and Protector, but we saw in the previous game, Living Armor, it doesn't do anything to this Meteor Hammer. Like, the damage of Meteor Hammer offsets even level 3 Living Armor, and I'd be surprised if IG are able to keep this top tower alive. It's all on how Dust goes in the mid lane, because if Dust, let's say, doesn't get the correct rune or doesn't have the resources to TP up with Rolling Thunder, I feel like this tower will just fall. And even if he does go there that one time, Meteor Hammers are just so constant. And yes, I'm looking forward to maybe even a small patch to remove hammers.
Okay.
So before the big patch, we get another
Probably not.
That would actually be insane, though.
No, it's true. Speaking of mid lane, we can sort of talk about it a little bit. We're 9-3 versus the 5-0. Dust definitely struggling against this like big heavy hitter in 7E who keeps on finding it. And well, speaking of being in trouble, ZZQ gonna get brought down very, very low. They turn now into low to force him back also. But yeah, wave coming into tower. This should end up equalizing in a pretty good position for Zhang Yu, it looks like.
Yeah, and this is such a strong lane, right? Centaur, Rubik, you've got Fadebolt, Double Edge. Disruptor as a support isn't the best at bullying out these heroes, and TA all by herself, without refraction, she's going to go down. So this is quite a volatile lane for YBB.
Yeah.
And it's something they need to be careful about, because like the panel was mentioning, YBB's lineup, it doesn't feel great as the game goes later. Even if they have this whole concept of Doom onto Morphling, if that doesn't happen, the whole draft can break apart with the craziness of the fight of Pangolier, the disengage of Centaur with Stampede, and even if Morph does get hit by Doom, like I just mentioned, Stampede could be your savior. So YBB need to make sure that they set the motions of this game.
To disengage from the fight at least feels like the way that you can make that move. And I think that there is some potential late game for Beyond to, have Refresher or what have you. And I'm just thinking about this again because the last match went to such a late game scenario. That there is that sort of dual threat. And I think I liked what Kezu was talking about too, of the Morph Aghanims to deal with TA later on. That feels like it's just the be-all, end-all in some of these matches. Definitely against Terrorblade, but I think it probably holds true for TA also.
No, for sure. I mean, as soon as you lose your attack speed because of the Agi, it just feels so rough. Yeah. But for YBB, it's I can see a really nice window where Doom takes top tower, TA moves from bot to the Ancients. As soon as he picks up like a Deso, you get Roshan. And with Roshan, that's now your window to be like, guys, let's sweep across the map, use Disruptor.
Right.
So it's all eyes on Ybb. They're the ones who need to make the first moves in this game.
Well, we'll see if they can make just that happen. 20-3 right now on the TA. All the lanes appearing to go pretty well. Centaur is a little bit behind, and so too is the Pango. But again, it's going to probably be down for that Pango at least, those early rotations that we're talking about. As with that, a little Wild Ring Ripper action, keeping the pressure now onto QIQX. He has dropped down a lot of HP and beyond. Right onto him now, too. Gets the Infernal Blade. Another round of the Impetus, and he's got beat to death. Tian Ming not messing around.
This lane is soon going to crumble.
Oh.
I mean, he's got some shifting available. Should be fine.
Still.
Unless he gets surprised by the seed shot. No, okay. You gotta hype it up just in case.
He's still taking a lot of pressure here, and Emo, he's just dead. I was wondering. I was like, there's something going on there. It doesn't look right.
As our wonderful observer is pointing to us, he had waveform available, and also in the middle of his inventory, he had a cheeky little 5-stick situation. So he just decided to die there for the memes, and not the best. And now because of that, look at this. The crown will be complete, and Hammer's pretty much online for the Doom.
What was interesting about that, too, is that even when he was dead, he was still, like, typing out, you know, clicking, punching the buttons a bunch, and, like, talking, and he's like, I'm dead, guys. Like,
maybe he was rebinding waveform. Maybe when he plays PA, he puts dagger on.
Oh, my God. QIQX is in trouble. This top lane is just a catastrophe here as they're getting ran under tower. I mean, look, Emo might not die this time. He might still die. But even if he's not, like, last hitting in this sort of chaos is really hard to deal with, too.
I mean, he's not laning right now. He's surviving. This is not what you want to have from your Morphling. Like, again, Morphling is an incredible pick in this game once you get over that kind of 30-minute hurdle. Like, Skadi, Manta, all these items, you're going to feel incredible. Even just like a casual Lincoln's potentially deal with the Doom down the line, but this is an incredible game for Morphling, but you're so slow to come online, especially with this level of threat, and the Hammer is coming out for Doom.
Well, and the Courier dies there from Morphling, I think, as well. But Dust, wanting to salvage some of this early going, went in for it, but doesn't actually end up connecting. And now, the glimpse to pull him in. 7E finds the finish. Ybb, they're coming out strong in this game, and IG across multiple lanes, not really having the answers.
And the fact that now Centaur is by himself skipping towers, so TA gets to farm. You get the solo, not the solo kill, but you get the pick off onto Pangolin mid lane. Hammer complete on Doom. Like, I feel like all the lanes on Ybb are just really happy right now.
The one hero that might be able to salvage some of this would maybe be, again, the Rubik, who's gotten some pretty good farm for himself as QIQX getting chased down. The seed shot, it's not going to be there in time as the creep expires. Dust makes the rotation top. And this leaves alone the Rubik mid. But yeah, Meteor Hammer done. Like, game is online. Ybb feeling great.
And now Dust has a really important decision to make. It's like, does he walk back to mid lane? Because if he does and he shows on the creeps, they know he just uses TP top. So now Beyond's like, I can play a little bit more aggressive top potentially. So unfortunately for Dust, not hitting on that rotation. But yeah, you look at the net worth. You Doom at top already, he's going to be even fatter. And then the fact that the TA and the Tiny are looking pretty healthy as well.
Right. Well, and Doom online now has that ulti ready to go. If he spots a moment here, an opening, Emo, Meteor Hammer, it's not going to connect, but has to be careful about his sort of shifting back and forth on this morph lane. Of course, there's also the other play. You could do Whirlwind into Doom if they wanted to. But
I was thinking they might have done it, but they opted not to.
QIQX gives his life for that ward, and Emo turns into the Doom. Gonna get some gold for himself.
It was the play all along. But this tower, like, he's had to do nothing, and the tower's gonna fall.
Down bottom, wanting to make the move over. Avalanche comes out. They do have Stampede, but the glimpse a little bit early. As Dust makes the move, toss out, still looking for the finish. A couple more hits is all that they need, but they're not going to find it onto that Centaur. And Disruptor dies as Dust made the move. Very solid performance. And Emo's like, all right, I'm taking back mid. I'm over this.
Yo, Dust, go farm top or something. And look, there you go. Top. Oh, okay, they fortified top lane, but Lou.
Very low. Good stomp, and IG able to play cleanup there. 7E wants to make a move to get a counter kill, but it's just not going to happen. Although maybe if they get some vision, doesn't look like it. No chance for a glimpse.
Yeah, it helps when IG, under the threat of how well lanes went for Ybb.
Another attempt at it, wanting to get it and not
really
finding
tanky.
it.
Like, he's got Vanguard double ring plus living armor, which living armor is level 2. Like, he is incredibly tanky.
Yeah, Dust finds him now with the move over. 7E maybe stuck around a bit too long, thinks about going back in again. The toss, no, he doesn't find the toss back. Instead, tosses back Dust. And now Dust, he's caught here in the kinetic field, but there's no TP rotations. There's no chance for a kill. They could maybe go for a glimpse play again, but it feels kind of meh. Weird game. Weird game.
Weird, but I think it's not too bad with the fact that Beyond hasn't fallen victim to what some Doom players do.
Not too bad for who? Any of them?
I don't know at this point. This whole series is a bit close, but no, I think the fact that Doom hasn't fallen victim to TPing around and joining these weird fights.
Right.
A lot of players that aren't like the top 3 Doom players, they kind of do this to themselves, where it's like, if you buy Hammer and Midas, you're meant to just AFK top side of the map.
Right.
Buy BKB, upgrade your boots, and then from there, that's when you really join the perfect fight. And you just basically make this top area of the map non-existent for IG. So I think Ybb should be pretty happy because TA's farming jungle freely, Doom's farming freely, and then your supports plus Tiny are kind of tanking the early engagements, and it is giving you a lease of life. And I think Lou, he shouldn't show in lanes now and give opportunities for the Centaur Rubik combo to him, like we just saw previously.
Okay.
Yeah, basically just AFK in the jungle. As soon as you get Deso, scream for your team to go Roshan, and then the game becomes one that you want to play across the river if you're Ybb.
Absolutely. Well, that could be what they go for here. Down bottom, ZZQ is going to end up giving up a kill, but as you said, this is sort of not the most important thing in the world. It's much more the macro game going on for Ybb, but they could find a kill here onto Enchantress. That would be pretty clutch. Misses on that roll, but finds her on the second go, and Emo makes the move over, and now PYW, he's got a big creep. They might be able to push this a little bit, while down bottom, they're also taking that tier 1 tower.
That feels pretty good for Rubik to still enchant at this point in the game.
Yeah.
You know, of course, down the line, Avalanche and stuff is going to feel pretty good, but to have the creep to apply some extra farm to yourself, is maybe him just yeeting it into the mid lane is not the best option for it, but...
You can see the esportsbet.io odds right now actually favoring IG. Again, maybe taking into consideration that late game scenario that we're talking about that could be pretty deadly, but it's going to be Ybb that are trying to put the hurt to them earlier if they can around these other timings. See how it goes, though. Not a foregone conclusion that this is going to fall apart. But the smoke up now with Tiny, with Disruptor, and heading in towards mid. They scan and do manage to spot it onto somebody. It's onto the Rubik there. They opt to go for this. Well, Blink Dagger completed on the Centaur too. And PYW in no man's land. He's going to get caught. And with that smoke reveal, it's going to be enough to take down that pesky Rubik.
It's an awkward part of the game where obviously Tiny still doesn't have Blink, so these smokes, it's like you kind of need to wait and hope someone kind of walks into your territory before you can make the play, but of course Rubik does.
Yeah. And
it helps out just a little bit. But yeah, again, I feel like Ybb, they're just in a really comfortable position. Just mode farm. And you might be arguing, guys, they should be doing something, but no, it's like they're farming into the point where they know where they need to make the perfect move.
Right. Yeah, makes sense. And of course, like you can see, this top tower, even though he's playing against a Treant, there's still been so much pressure placed onto it. You're kind of stuck up here on QIQX.
I mean, I feel scammed if I'm playing a Treant to Media Hammer. It's like you're picking this hero to keep towers alive, and this one item that costs like 2,500 gold fully removes you from the game. Like, why would you pick Tree nowadays if your enemy can buy Meteor Hammer? It just doesn't feel good.
We were listening to the interview yesterday with Boxy, and he actually said that he felt like Tree was sort of a dead hero now, even though they ended up playing it themselves. But
it's dead, but alive when you're against like Enigma and stuff, you know? Like, that's the only kind of way I can see it working out.
ZZQ, he's going to get caught there in the jungle with the smoke up play, and I wonder if IG now are going to think to put the hurt onto the mid as well, but continuing to pressure this top side of the map with that Meteor Hammer, hits onto it, and then the Tree Armor, tale as old as time. So Dust makes the move, does almost have Diffusal Blade completed, which is obviously a huge power spike for him. And the Blink Dagger finally done on 70.
Yeah, the Pangolier is going to be the real X factor in this game, especially around the Roshan pit when YBB inevitably want to go there soon in the next, let's say, 4 or 5 minutes.
Right.
Dust, if in the right spot, no BKB on TA, Diffusal slow, you can pressure him, even snatch the Aegis. Like, I don't think IG will be looking to win the fight, but just to disrupt the motions of YBB, even if you get the kill or snatch the Aegis, that alone will help you kind of offset the momentum. But yeah, you know, Tiny with the Blink Dagger, bottled up DD, they're at the point in the game where they just want to go for a cheap kill. And Emo is currently running around on 400 HP, now 700 HP. Like, he dies to one combo.
He does get the Lincoln Sphere delivered right now. Gonna maybe feel a little bit more safe. Uses Waveform in towards those Ancients. They spot him now.
Static Storm.
Not easy. Avalanche toss. Static Storm done. And Emo, that one is a kill he did not want to give up.
Yeah, it's a rough one, especially with the vision that IG have in this area. He feels naturally pretty safe. They didn't have a scan available, so if you did have that 6th sense read, you weren't able to just, you know, double check with the scan. But a really nice double play from the Tiny Disruptor. Exactly what you need to do against this Morphling, and it just builds up to the bigger plan from YBB.
Yeah, shut him down as much as possible. But there is going to be that strong timing again. Diffusal Blade, like we talked about, done on Dust. They're also just about to complete the BKB on Doom. He's having that brought out to him right away. So a bunch of timing syncing together with the Deso also flying out. This feels like it's Roche all on the mind right now for YBB. And all they need is like a clutch pickoff, or at least not losing their hero in towards mid-70. Spots him, but can't do anything to stop that jump. Avatos afterwards.
They got Emo again!
Emo dies to the DD Tiny. Dude, what a huge hit. Now they got Glimpse ready. If they find somebody, you guys got to be so careful. This is tier 1 tower and potentially Roche.
This is not what you want against this lineup. YBB, anytime they get a core pick, the map is going to feel disgustingly small. And Emo, he has to respect the Tiny. There's no way you can play on full Agi.
That's crazy. Yeah, and now they find Dust too. He's in no man's land. IG, their entire game plan is falling apart right before their eyes, but look at that! The swashbuckle and the overgrowth. They do manage to kill Dust, and now stampeding forward. The huge timing from that Diffusal Blade keeps them in this one, and Static Storm down a second time, turn onto Centaur, finds that finish, and, well, wanted to glimpse back in one. It's not quite going to be enough. QYQX went in for the punch, but ZZQ still living as Lul will get lifted and thrown away by PYW. Tianming forcing him back, and they managed to keep the tower alive with the 2 supports.
Such an incredibly awkward engagement once again, but fair play to IG. The fact they had the overgrowth, the swashbuckle on top, and for Doom, he wasn't able to use BKB because of low mana. Of course, it cost 50 mana. He only had like 35 when he died. So, yeah, YBB, they need to be careful. They need to respect that as soon as you kill the Morphling 100-0, you shouldn't then be struggling with the post-fight after. Like, with your heroes and the lead that you have, and all right,
nice.
Just
Good
taking
play.
a trip back to base once again.
And that's going to ensure that they get this tier 1 tower.
Yeah, 100%.
Very well played. Okay. Yeah, I mean, a bit of a struggle like you talked about with the fight afterwards. I think a huge part of that was not being able to blow up Dust right away, and Swash Pango is just insane. It's like one of the craziest things in the game right now. I don't get how it's... Oh, he's muted in the roll-up. Feels bad. Oh, God. And so, well, not going to be able to make use of that Pango. That's Roche.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ench is tanking some stuff middle. You're killing off the Pango. Getting a free Roshan, using the Ench Crimp to tank it up for Lu, so he can, you know, technically solo it. And IG kind of wasting scanner a little bit here. It's like, your Pango's dead. They got a TA with Deso. Of course, they're in Roshan, so a little bit of misplay there on the information side of things. But yeah. Any misplays from IG, YBB should be able to, you know, capitalize quite nicely.
Yeah, I don't know. This one, it feels kind of rough. A 4,000 gold lead. Granted, by no means are they out completely, but it doesn't feel good from IG.
Just look at Emo and how he's farming.
Like, he's crazy.
This guy, just putting it bluntly, just doesn't give a shit about Tiny in this game.
I told you.
Like, bro, what Morphling player plays on 700 HP?
Look, he's got a toothpick in his mouth. He's just chilling.
Like, at least be on like 1100. Like, or at least maybe buy like a, I don't know. But Ench is gonna go down eventually.
Got her.
Okay, okay, this feels good. Emo's now on 1400. Finally, my anxiety is, you know, slowly fading.
No fear. Now, we asked, how do you kill that which has no fear? We found out how over the last couple of minutes there. Glimpsing away the Centaur, Stampede is out, and Static Storm down. Do they glimpse back in the tree? Doesn't look like it. Morphling goes into that as he's on strength form. And ZZQ backs away, glimpses in Lul, throws down the kinetic field. Emo still wanting to play Disruptor, and they take away the vision. And now he's kind of out and away. Doom finds one, gonna get lifted. They drop down the roll afterwards. Luo hits now on a QIQX, BKB out from beyond. Item just down on the ground while that's happening. They glimpse back in to the side and will find the finish onto that Centaur. And now Dust, he's caught, can't get away.
TP?
What is happening with this IG lineup? These fights are so disconnected. Oh no, they had a good defense, they had a good thing going, and then they just let it all fall apart.
I just don't think they're respecting the fact that Ybb is in their strongest timing of the game right now. I think IG, they need to play a wider map, need to push out lanes, and just make the game feel awkward, where if Ybb are sending 4 or 5 heroes to hit a tower, you're sending, you know, 2 or 3 heroes to go just do other things on the map. And I think Emo, he's obviously making the call. It's like, guys, I can catch him, I can get a free kill, but you're not able to get said free kill. And you know when a neutral item's pretty bad, when Eye of the Vizier is sitting on the ground for the entire fight and no one cares. It's like, if it was any other neutral item, they might ping it and go for it, but I was like, whatever, man. Just let this one go. And
Emo, he's going to take out this Ancient stack. This is a nice little injection of gold. He needs this in a bad way. And to be honest, you're still sitting with, like, you know, only Manta and a couple here once he finishes this whole thing off. But getting towards that Aghanim Scepter, trying to come online in some way, it's definitely needed.
Yeah, he needs Manta, he needs Skadi, he needs Ags. The Skadi Ags, honestly, at this rate of the game, he might need to go Ags first, just to give, just to put a bit of pain on the TA. And
Stampede, jump, stun. Where's the follow-up? Do they have it? ZZQ, Static Storm down, connects onto the Centaur, but Dust already got that Rolling Thunder out. They're hitting back and forth, not really able to do that much more, but with no Disruptor, there's no Glimpse, so Ybb can't chase that effectively. But they could maybe find somebody over here if they're not careful. Not looking like they want to go for it.
yeah, 70 was poking, but you know, IG really in a very defensive position here. I like the fact that they go for a quick pick back to farming. Again, that's how I feel like they should have been playing. Right. But they're kind of now adjusting to this playstyle, which is it's good to see IG developing in the game at least. And yeah, item-wise, no crazy pickups right now for IG to give them any sense of aggression. You know, Pango is scaling with potentially going for the Ags, and of course, we've already mentioned Emo quite a lot.
Right. Well, Doom, he is going to be going for the Aghanims also, and that gives them another way to sort of deal with this lineup. Now, of course, the weird part about it is with Centaur in the game, you know, if you cast it on yourself, it actually might end up not doing as much as if you just cast it on the hero.
That is very true. I honestly feel at this point in the game, he could buy Shivas.
Okay.
And it would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, heal mitigation, bit more armor, tanky enough to rebuttal some swashes and stuff. And then maybe down the line, if you are thinking about some AoE dooms, could be cool. But no, I fully agree that the idea of Stampede should be enough to prevent this Ags being like the perfect item pickup.
But then again, if you manage to doom yourself and blink in and catch 2 or something, the Static Storm drop afterwards with Kinetic Field.
There is also a toss from Tiny, so there's ways to throw him back onto Doom.
There's some cool things.
There are a lot of cool things. So hopefully they do it to give purpose to this pickup. But again, I feel like some other players in this scenario might have opted for Shivas or just something along those lines.
Trying to hunt now. TA already heading out of there, but Tree is the one that's sort of there to break the smoke first. QIQX blinks away. Not bad, not bad. So they get out of harm. Oh, no. Never mind. Spoke too soon. There's a Disruptor in the game, so they will find and kill the Tree. And that sets up to actually go and finish off the Tier 2 tower mid if they want to. They were already beating away at that one a little bit. Low in the area.
IG not getting picked off really too badly by that. And yeah, we're now at the point of the game where we'll be constantly saying, oh, well, IG are getting their next item. Do not fear. Just hold, hold, hold. And it's on Ybb to play with some conviction.
They're playing into so many TA traps over here.
There's
like,
a
this
lot.
entire area is filled. PYW right on top of one. Dust there. chasing, looking. Dust needs to be careful because when he comes out of this, they have the glimpse to find the Rubik. They just get these easy pickoffs into more objectives. 9K gold lead. This is a serious problem for IG. They really just have felt like they've not been able to do anything over the last couple minutes.
And look, top Beyond instantly TP'd up in the hope to catch Dust with the Doom, and yeah, he is able to connect.
No way out. He's just sitting there, eventually going to be pulled back into position. The whirlwind, super annoying, and well, disarmed for a little bit.
Yeah, Beyond, use your Midas, brother. Come on. You can there, thank you.
Easy.
I love the fact that Beyond instantly just identified that after a fight, naturally IG is going to want to skip waves. So I love the fact he quickly TPs up, hugs the side of the tree line, doesn't show any auras or anything, and then boom, jumps on in. So nice read there from Beyond.
Move on in. 70 waveform. Emo? Is that a TP broken?
No, he still has TP. The real question is Emo going to just chill here and then waveform back out to get the next wave?
I mean, here's the thing that's also a really big problem as they are starting to take these towers is he needs BKB and Ags to really be impactful on this Morph lane. And he's still hanging around here, maybe thinking about a fight. With no Doom, it does become a little bit easier for him. But no, they're not going to make that move.
Yep, Ags now picked up on the Doom as well. So, yeah. Obviously got to wait 80 seconds for it to, come online.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Emo, please. Emo. Emo. Emo! No, Emo, he's wanting to get away. He just wants to live. Is he going to be able to? Maybe, actually, yes. With the root, the turnaround, it's there. It's enough. And the Force Staff trying to get him away, and 7E ready to go in for another round. Another volley. Avalanche is big. The toss back onto all of them. And now Dust in very, very far, but the silence is out. Luo turns, starts to punch, hits him, and Emo is gone. Just like that, it all falls apart. Dust now silenced for a long time with the TA traps, trying to get away, just push every which way with the roll-up. And guess what? Everybody on IG dies. Ybb don't lose one. This team is just way too volatile on IG.
I just don't understand why they're constantly trying to take a fight. It's like, I feel... when you just see the heroes that Ybb have, it's like, I don't know any team in the world that would actively go, yeah, let's try and do this. And Emo, again, look at the little Agi bar at the bottom. He shifted so far into Agi. His team need to kind of throw bodies in, clutch Overgrowth to at least survive the fight. But
it was really close.
Even extending this, like after there, it's like, all right, boys, Emo nearly died. We've used roll. Let's chill. But they linger in the area. They provide options for 70 to initiate. And
they
beyond,
waveform in.
They go in. I'm not understanding IG's decision-making right now. It just really isn't respecting just what Ybb want to do to win this game.
I think that there is an argument to be made, too, that they're like concerned about, okay, Doom is down. We have to make something happen. But if it's like not the right fight, I feel like they have these outs as the game gets later and later. But as you said, not if these fights keep on going this poorly.
I mean, that call's perfectly fine if you're in a timeline where Morphling has like Manta Axe, right?
Right.
Or just something like that. But because he went for Manta, then Lincoln's, and now he's going for a BKB, your carry doesn't really have kill threat now until, what was it, like 20k plus net worth? Like, this is not a scenario where you can really lean on this. So,
oh, up top. In trouble. Caught him. Can they bring him down?
He got the trouble,
and Doom is used, but the Stampede doesn't matter. They have the glimpse to pull him back in. A very well-played move. They do steal Doom and now throws it, the green version, the green monster. Look at him, it's the Jolly Green Giant. He's also golden at the moment, which means he's not going to die. And Emo dead again. Glimpse looking, can't find it.
Yeah, you mentioned already the traps, but this top side of the map is just unplayable for IG. Unless they get up a gem and sweep through, there are so many forms of vision here that Disruptor, Doom, Tiny, they're loving life.
This is a really rough game, I feel like, for IG too, because there's so much that was riding on this one to not be like on the verge of being eliminated and knocked out of Div 1, right? Because like you've got sort of 3 to 4 teams that are in contention, and now you just lost to one of them. If they don't make some type of a turnaround play here in the next couple of minutes, Avalanche, toss, just perfect control by Beyond, by 7E, and, well, Dust moves in. They want to make a move, want to make something happen, but they start this fight already down 1. And now Dust, he might be in more trouble if he's not careful, but they won't chase for that much more. TA is on the other side of the map.
Yeah, only had to trade off 1 BKB for that, and All right. I'm looking at Lou's quick buy. He's going for just Hex. I mean, fair play. Like, the fact that he's already got, you know, Deso, BKB, Hurricane Bite, he can do whatever he wants, and he goes for Daedalus instead. I mean, Hex would have been pretty cool, to be fair. I actually wouldn't have minded to can do threat, but also, let's be real, he can also just crush the game with a Daedalus. Don't need to be cute. The game's already secured with Doom on Morph, play the fight, but it wouldn't have been the worst time if you bought it.
No, it would have been pretty cool. I wouldn't have minded it at all.
He can go after Daedalus as well.
Right. I mean, I think the Lincolns makes it a little bit less valuable against the Morph, but you can still, like, just blow up Dust or what have you.
Yep.
And as it stands, he walks right into the pit as Roche respawns, and now going to get a little bit of help from the Centaur to tank this one through. And now another set of Aegis. And also the Shard available, passing that off to whoever he wants to.
Yeah,
should like give it to Doom. Beyond.
Yeah, so it's a nice pickup for Doom, increasing the stun, increasing a little bit of damage, provide some better entry to fights, and yeah, you got Aegis, 22,000 gold, 22 kills, 29 minutes. Yeah, smoke up, go find them. IG again, no BKB yet completed on this Morphling, so they are mode retreat, mode hug 5, and hope they don't get picked off.
They are all grouped together. Do they follow the courier? They saw it heading down, but instead they're looking to maybe just go high ground. I mean, that's the thing too. If they TP back to defend this, people might get a glimpse.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Oh, Dust, he's revealed. They glimpse him. Okay, a little bit too quick on the draw there. So glimpse not used. They do still have this Doom ready onto Rubik. Waiting for the late timing. As these heroes coming back slowly but steadily, and Morphling farming out over here. We'll see if they can catch him.
Yeah, I mean, a couple big defensive items are coming online for IG, so the BKB is complete on Emo once he gets back to a shop. Centaur just picked up BKB. So for IG, they kind of need to just stampede away from the Doom, survive the initiation, kite out the TA, and then look for a fight. There's a lot of things that need to go right. Again, you're fighting into 20,000 gold. The fact they're smoking up is commendable to their mindset and how to play Dota, but it's also, they lose this fight, it could be GG.
Right on top of them, Doom used from the Rubik. Big play.
Perfect pickoff, actually.
That is exactly what they needed, but can they do it again? Do they want to stick around? Dust staying right on top of her, but the BKB is out. And now Dust under control. Oh my god, 70 played that perfectly. They find him, get the Aghanim Scepter, tree volley out, and now with 2 dead, they stuck around just a bit too long.
And now the question goes down, it's like, you kill off the Aegis, but that's not going to stop Ybb going, and
no.
Tree's dead, Pango's dead for 35, no roll for 45. Oh. You glimpsed back the Rubik, he's now dead for 44. Like,
that glimpse with the impetus shot looked a little funny, but Ybb not laughing now. They're going high ground, taking this one out. No buyback on the Pango for 20 seconds. And with how much damage this TA does, that's at least a set of racks, if not a second one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they want to go to top side. When you have Tiny and TA in the game, you already mentioned it, buildings do fall.
They're going incredibly fast. And, I mean, honestly, they aren't going to have roll either. He still has another 10 seconds until it's back up. So can't go immediately into the fight with that. And in fact, they jump on it, Dust, and find him. Drop everything. He just came back to life. 50 seconds without the Pango. They were so ready for that with the TA trap down.
I mean, another Rax is going to fall. I'm just left a little bit speechless. That's all I can say.
Oh my god, they're all going one by one. Emo now jumps in. Avatos run away. BKB's out. They turn it again. And the Enchantress starting to fall, but Tianming still standing tall in this one. Emo BKB out. It is not going to save him from the devastation that's being wrecked by Ybb, but a good stomp coming out from the Centaur. That turns things around for a moment. Still more damage to be thrown in. His buyback status hadn't even fully gone away. GG is called. An ultra kill for Luo to finish this one off and take the series 2-1.
Incredibly commendable game from Ybb. Again, to be very clear, this is the Ybb I wanted to see.